If by now you haven't mastered the use of AI tools within your day-to-day computer operations, you're losing out, because let's face it, AI has made our work so easy. A task that used to take us hours, we are able to deliver it within few minutes, and I'm going to show you the real application of AI within my line of work. And I know there are other tools that maybe are being worked on with, or maybe they are already out there that are related to the line of work that you are doing. So if you're in this channel, I know you're here because it's either you're looking for videos to talk about tech, IT, or video editing, or website development, or just basic business development skills that we usually talk about in this channel. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, also remember to subscribe, because we like to see you again and again when you give us that support by giving us a like in this particular channel. So how am I using AI? I use, my line of work is just video editing and web development, but in this particular one I'm going to talk about video editing. So before, we used to look for voiceover artists, and it would take you quite some resources in terms of budgeting, time, scripting, and then back and forth. This voice, the way the voice intonation has been pronounced, the pronunciation of words in this script is somehow not in line with how you actually intended that voice to come out. But now we have a tool called 11 Labs, and we have many other tools that does something that we call text to voice capabilities. We have many other applications, but the one that I use is called 11 Labs. And if you wanted a voiceover, whichever kind of voice that you actually intended to have, if you want a voiceover like the one for Morgan Freeman, you can get it there. If you wanted a voiceover like the documentaries that you see for National Geography, like the wildlife kind of documentaries, you can be able to do that. If you wanted an advertisement voiceover, you can be able to generate that kind of voiceover there. So how do you use it? This is how you just move by. You have to look at the endpoint, like what is the narrative you're trying to get at? What is your target audience that you're trying to reach at? And what is this kind of product or service that you're trying to communicate out there? So you are working from the endpoint moving backwards. So you already know the output, you've already visualized how you want that kind of a job to look like, and then you move backwards. How do you want this kind of message to be communicated with it? Which kind of tone are you trying to project it out there? And then you look at that, and then you go to that particular site, it's called 11 Labs, and you start looking for the samples of voices. We have amazing kind of voiceover artists who are there. With the minimum of $5, you are able to generate 35,000 credits, which you're going to use those credits to generate the voiceovers. Depending on the length of the script, you have to actually be able to 5,000 words in one document. You are able to generate that is it 5 minutes kind of a content, 6 minutes voiceover. So if you're making a documentary, the documentary we posted recently was completely generated with the voiceover on 11 Labs. We've done other advertisements that we've also worked with similar kind of artists, and it's so easy. You just need to write the scripts the way you want it to be pronounced. For example, if it's a website, for example, it's www.abcd.co.ke. So when you reach that place .co.ke, the extension of the domain, you need to write it the way you want it to be pronounced. Maybe you can write C as in SEE, and then O, and then K, and then E, so that it can be able to be pronounced properly. There are words that are from other languages which are actually coming out excellently. If you are to look for a local voiceover artist, it will be more expensive for you, maybe time consuming, but within this, you are able to generate that kind of a voiceover within very few minutes. After you're doing that, you've already written your script, you have already edited it, you already have the complete revised script. Then you copy it and then paste it in that text to voice option, and then you generate. Before generating, you have to select the kind of voiceover artist that you'd like to generate that kind of a voiceover. So this is just a simple illustration of how AI tools are making our work so easy. Before, we used to take too much time delivering a simple project, but now with the use of AI, we are actually getting our jobs to be delivered within time. Yes, it's true, AI is taking a lot of jobs, but how do you ensure that your job is not taken? By you actually taking your time to study each and every tool that is in line with your work, so that you can be able to adapt with those skills. Because again, these tools don't work by themselves, they are not automated. You have to be there to be able to give those prompts that you actually want to get, because without prompt engineering skills, you are not able to come up with a proper output that you'd like to get in the AI tools. So it's, I mean, the future is so bright. I think with without incorporation of AI skills in academic institutions, then the knowledge that these people are going to be teaching is actually stale. It's not going to add any value to the students or any person who is actually pursuing to get knowledge. So it's upon us to take time and learn these skills, acquire them, because they actually add value to us. They are tools that are there and they're not going away. If you like this kind of video, stay tuned, like, share, follow, subscribe, because we will be giving you this kind of insightful knowledge in the future videos.